Hello, today I'm in Dania Beach. Dania Beach is a coastal city here in Broward County. It's about 35 minutes from Miami and only about 10 minutes from Fort Lauderdale Airport, even a little bit less, about eight minutes, and about 12 to 15 minutes to Fort Lauderdale downtown. So I have two listings here in this building that I wanted to show to you today. These are both 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartments at a crazy low price. We're talking one in the 140s. This one is listed for 140, and the other one is listed for 147. These are absolutely amazing units for someone that either wants to live here full time and doesn't need, a crazy amount of space, that a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom place is enough. Or if you want to come down here for the winter, spend several months here, these are fantastic units. This is a building that's called the Sunshine Villa, which I think is a very fitting name for its location. Very cute. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you this unit. This is unit number 9. What I love about these units is how easily accessible everything is from here. You can drive to the beach, probably about a 5-minute drive, super close. And then our major highway, called, not major highway, but one of our highways, US 1, is right on the west side of this building. And so you can take US 1 pretty much anywhere. You can even take it down to the Keys. It's a slow highway. It's about between 35 and 45 miles an hour, but it does take you everywhere. So it's very nicely located. And every unit comes with a storage unit even. So that's something that you don't see in every building here in Southeast Florida. Now, when you're buying a property in Southeast Florida or in general in the United States, what is really different to other countries in Europe, for example, is that you have to pay yearly taxes. So you have to consider, if this is going to be a vacation property for you, what are all of the costs? So you have HOA costs, which is a monthly cost that basically is used to maintain the building. Like if the building needs a new roof, the HOA may pay for it. It also does include water and things like that. So basically the maintenance of the building. So in this building, the HOA is very, very low. The HOA is about $230 a month, which is split up in quarterly payments. And then you have once a year, you have a $200 fee in the first quarter. So it's really important when you're looking for properties that you find a property that you can afford, because especially if you don't rent it out throughout the year and you just use it for your own personal enjoyment, you want to make sure that you know exactly what your costs are. So in this case, the property taxes are around $1,800 a year, depends on the unit. And then you have your monthly maintenance, which comes out to about $230 a month. So those are all things to take into consideration when you're buying a property here as a vacation property. The other costs that you have are, of course, utilities, but when you're not using it, they're going to be fairly low. So the only utilities here that you pay on top are your electricity and your internet, if that's what you like. So I would say both of those are going to be around $100 or so, maybe $120, depending on, of course, how much you use. So yeah, so these are amazing properties for either, again, somebody that wants to live here full time and that doesn't want to spend too much money but wants to still be fairly close to the beach, or for someone that is looking for a vacation property. Now, one other thing I have to mention is that with these properties, you cannot rent them out. So, I mean, you can after 3 years, but there's a 3-year wait. So it's not easy. Like, this is not a great property for someone that's an investor and just wants to make money off of it right away. This is really more for somebody that wants to enjoy it, wants their family to enjoy this property, and will know that it will be empty for the most part, but throughout the year when you're not here, I mean. But of course, you still have, you know, tax preferences possibly in your country, and you can maybe write this off as some kind of expense. So you know, those are all things to consider before buying. But if you have any questions at all, please feel free to either leave me a comment or reach out to me directly. Now I'm walking over to the other unit. I have 2 units, like I said, in this building for sale. This was unit number 9, and now we're going to unit 22. So a lot of people, when they first come to this building to look at it, ask me, oh, does anybody live here? Why is everything blocked up? Like, these are our hurricane shutters. Oh, and someone's doing construction here. But and they, by the way, this whole building is getting brand new windows in this month. They should be coming in either this month or in December, which is great. So everybody asks me if this building is even occupied. Yes, people live here, but I would say 90% of people that live in this building don't live here full time. Oops, I forgot to turn the camera this way for you too. 90 to 95% of people living in this building do not live here full time. That's why it looks deserted. But now I'm seeing a lot more people because they typically, sorry for the noise, someone is throwing construction material off of the second story. So most people live here only in the winter for a few months. So that's why it looks this way. But at least it's pretty quiet usually when people aren't doing construction. Maybe these are actually the windows coming in already. Yes, these are, hello. These are the windows coming in. Okay, now I'm in the second unit, unit number 22. I did just confirm with the residents here that they are in fact changing out the windows now. So this is happening. Of course, sorry about the noise. Of course, my luck, I would come here to do this video when they're doing the work. But anyway, I'm gonna turn the camera around, turn some music on, and show you this unit. Now, this particular unit I absolutely love because it has a slightly different layout. It's a corner unit, so it has more windows. It has this whole window front and then this additional window next to the door. And then the balcony, you could probably see during the walkthrough earlier, it's kind of like tucked away. Like, you have a very private space there, which is awesome, with view to the pool. So I really, really like this layout. And yeah, so this is the other unit. Oh, and I also love the pink tile. I love that. I wouldn't honestly even change anything, but of course you could, you know, update this a little bit. If this video was helpful to you, I would love it if you guys leave me a comment, call me, text me directly if you have any questions. And of course, if you could subscribe so I can grow this channel and more people can find me, and I can help them find the right property for them.